Hello and welcome to my first tutorial on Kerbal Space Program. I would like to show you how to build a basic rocket that can get you into orbit. To start, I'll just show you some basic things about a rocket. It will not go into orbit, and then I will show you how to build a simple rocket that can get you into orbit. First of all, when you start the game, you of course you will have this screen to enter. You have 4 different areas. Here you can build your space planes. You can build here your rockets, and here you can follow all your rockets you have into orbit or in the solar system. Like this, you can see here Kerbal, aka Earth, and the moon. And if we are going further out, you can see all the different planets and the sun. And if you have more than one rocket going, you can select them here to the left, and then you can make some stuff with it. If you want to build a bigger station, a space station, you can do that. It's your mind that can stop you. But first of all, when you're building the rocket, you have to select a cockpit, and you have some different cockpits to choose. You have where you can have a crew with it, or just automatically, and all your information is in the box. But we will take a very simple and small rocket, so we will take a cockpit with only one crew member. When you have selected that, you get all your different rocket assemblies out here, and there are kind of 2 main rocket fuels that I have been experienced with. There is fuels or solid fuel tanks, like these ones. Solid fuel boosters, you can only activate them and you can stop them before they're empty, so it's they have a very powerful lifting, and their weight is very low. If you go to a jet fuel tank, you need a burster behind it, so you can control the output of the power. But I will only show you it with a basic solid fuel tank. But when you have chosen your cockpit, you have to put a it's a very simple rocket. Then you can just put your solid fuel booster on and press launch, and then we'll have to go to the launch pad. Yep, as you can see, this looks like a rocket, a very simple one. We have our crew member, astronaut Kerman, here, and you have your nav ball down in the below of the screen, where you can see where you're heading, your speed. Down at the left corner, you can see your stages. They will show you what the next stage is. Now we only have one, and that is go. Up in the left corner, you can enable your speed, so you can time forward, and at the top of the screen you can see your altitude and where in the atmosphere you are. But now when I press space, it will launch, and I control my rocket at W, A, S, D, and you can roll it on Q and E. So now I'll just show you the liftoff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! You can see we are going up. As I said before, you can see your speed here, and I can control the speed. I can control the rocket, as you can see here. If I want to navigate it around, and when the fuel is out, it just will drop down to the Earth again, to Kerbal, and destroy. So if we are going to make a bit more complicated rocket, where there are some stages and you can make sure your astronaut will survive, then we have to put a decoupler in. Decoupler makes the stages and separates different parts from your rockets when you want it. So now I'll just start with the basic small decoupler you have in different sizes. This is for a bigger one, but now we have a smaller coupler, we only need this one. When I put that on, I can put, for an example again, I will make a smaller one. Another solid booster, just a smaller one. Now I can separate these two when I want it. But if we're making a bit more complicated, we can put another one and it will go higher. Of course, now my rocket is a bit heavier, so it will have a slower start. So these ones, solid fuel boosters, are very good to help lifting a very heavy rocket, but now this isn't a problem. I can show you here. Now you can see the stages. There are 3 stages instead of just 1 before. And when we will lift up, you can see our fuel is going down, and when that is empty, I can pop the next stage, as you will see. And it's overheating, but it's no problem. Now it's empty, and I will press space. There we go. And I'll press space again to activate the next rocket. And we will go further up into the atmosphere. That's the very basic of a rocket. And if I press space again, this last solid fuel, this solid rocket booster will disassemble from the cockpit, where we have our astronaut in. If I press M, I will go to see where the altitude. We will get around this height, 160,000 meters into the air. And it also here, it's sometimes more easy to navigate from this aspect than from this. And always keep an eye on your nav ball, is the most easiest way to control your rocket. Now you can see we can spin it around, control it. But the more heavier the rocket is, it's more difficult to turn it around. It's much more slower, and you have to be aware of that. Now if I press space, I will disembark from the rest of the rocket, and it's only the cockpit that's left with the astronaut. He's a little bit worried, I can understand that, because we will return to Kerbal and we have no parachute on, so it will crash and he will die. As you can see, I've speeded it up. And now we are going back to Kerbal, and we are having quite a speed right now, but it will slow down as we enter the atmosphere again. And as you can see, we will soon hit the ground, and boom, he is dead. Okay. When you're building a bigger rocket, it can be more difficult to stabilize it and make sure it goes the right direction that you want. And there is a solution for that. It's called a S.A.S. module. It's under control. And what it do, it makes sure that keeps the right direction that you want as good as possible. If you are building a very big and unstable rocket, it can be quite difficult for that to maintain. So if you're building a simple rocket, it will do, and also if you're just building a kind of normal rocket, if you can see it like that. But now we have that on, we can control it by pressing T. And I will show you that later on, because I have a pre-built space plane, rocket, sorry, that I can show you. Here is my very simple rocket, and this is capable of going into orbit. As you can see, I have some bigger boosters here on the side, solid fuel boosters, and I have a couple of them here, and the last one is just a jet fuel that I can control, as you can see here. Oh, sorry. As you can see there is the end of that, so I can control the speed. As the same principle like before, I have added some couplers in every stage, as you can see here at the right, so I can control the rocket. And if I go to the launch pad, I can show you the S.A.S module and the control of that. Okay, here we are, and we are ready to rock. I will press T. As you can see down here of my nav ball, S.A.S is turned on, and I can switch it off by pressing T again. As I told before, the S.A.S controller is making sure that your rocket is going in the direction you want when you press it and turn it on. So now it will make sure that this is just going straight up. And if we are launched, now as you can see, it's just go straight ahead. If I turn it off, maybe it will tilt a bit to the side or become a bit more. Sorry, it will come a little bit unstable, but it's going fine without it right now. But it's just a nice feature and control to make sure that your rocket is going the direction that you want. So we are going up, and in a few seconds I'll have to detach the rockets now and turn the next one on. Yep. At your nav ball, you can see where you are heading, and you can also see where you want to go. As I can show you, I will just turn the direction a bit, if I can. As you can see, I'm pointing this way, but my rocket is actually going this way. So it will always tell me where I'm heading and where I want to go. So you always have to be aware of this icon, because that will show you where you actually are going. So if I want to change the direction of this, I can show you by activating the next rocket. It will follow in a few seconds. I'll press T again to stabilize this direction. Now you can see this is turning towards me, because it will always go where you want but it will only go that way because I have been pointing and I am activating my next booster to get to this point. But actually we can see if we are heading into orbit. I don't know if I'm high enough, maybe. Okay, we are at the next stage. This is where I have to control my spaceplane. Now I want to hit more like 90 degrees. So I have to point a bit away to get my icon at the 90 degrees line. And slowly, yep. Set. This is the way to get into orbit. Go a bit high. I'm not sure if I'm high enough, and then tilt to 90 degrees and keep an eye of your direction here. Now I can see I'm already into orbit. I will turn it off. I can't remember the line of the orbit, but I think we are going to get in orbit. If we're too close to the ground, we will just crash into Kerbal. So you have to make sure you are in a high enough altitude, but I think this will be okay. We can try to speed up time and see if we will go around. I think it will be okay. And up. Let's have a look. We are just speeding around Kerbal, as you can see. Oh, we have a little bit of lag, and yeah, we are now heading out again. As you can see, now we're in orbit. As I told you before, we can control different space planes at the same time. So let's see if I build another space plane, a space rocket, sorry. I want to send up and attach to this one. Now it's a very simple one, so I have no attachments parts, so I can't do that. But if I wanted to, you can press escape and go into Space Center. Now you can build another one and send it up, or you can just go to your like a flight in progress. I'm not sure what it's called, but there you can see if you have more than one rocket, and you can select them and press fly. So that's a very simple and basic tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment and give me some feedback, or subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. Have a nice day.